All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fabs in the house, and welcome back to the channel. Today I got something new, something different, something that I never done before, and I'm gonna try to see how it goes, see if you guys like this thing, because these are not knives, and these are not toys, and these are watches, and these are G-Shock watches, and these are the Mudmaster, the latest B1000, and the just a little bit older, 2000. And I'm just gonna do a quick overview, comparison, and unboxing for these two phenomenal and rugged and really, really hard abuse, and I don't know how else to say. These are like really tough. So anyways, let's go ahead. That's the new one, that's the old one. This is a Japanese version, and this is just an export version, so you can actually see the differences. Let's go ahead with the old one first. We're just gonna do a quick unboxing. That is the code for this name. This is from Japan and comes with a cardboard box. It has just the classic manuals and paperwork right there, which we're gonna just leave in the box for now. Just put it here. Here's the box with the G-Shock and the oops, the other way around. This, let's say this is gonna, this is the G-Shock, and bam, look at that. This is the old version, let's say the 2000, with the Japanese box, which we're gonna just put on the side. This can be here. And this is the, let's say, the import or export version, so the one not for Japan, with manuals, certificate of authenticity, and all the paperwork that you would expect. This one also has like a little stand for your watch. So this guy is just like the box, which we can put to the side. And you have this thin hexagonal case with the older version, I would say, in. So it is a pretty cool addition, but probably you're not going to be using that. And here you have the old and the new Mudmasters, and we're going to go quickly through a comparison of these two. So I'm just going to have them right over here, so you can see just a little close-up of these two bad boys. You get the B1000 and you get the 2000 just up close. And I'm gonna go and tell you why these are different and what's gonna be the keeper for me. Anyways, we got a 2023 release for the B1000 and the 2021 release for the 2000. They both have a resin band. This one feels a little bit softer than the older one, but not by much. They both have like a metal bezel right over here. And both are sporting sapphire glass. So they have a lot of similarities, of course, because they are like from the same lineup, which is the Mudmaster, right? You can check it right over there. Both are analog display and LCD display. The older one weighs a little bit less at 106 grams, and compared to the 114 to the new one, the measurements also are going to be quite different. In fact, you can see, even from far, that this guy is bigger in almost all the dimensions. And I mean, this is smaller, so it wears a little bit better, this one, but it depends on your wrist. So you have a height of 58.7 compared to the 61.2. And you can see it's just taller. The width on this fella is 52.1 millimeters, and this is 54.4 millimeters. So you have a couple millimeters more on this guy. Overall thickness is going to be 16.2 and 16.1, so 0.1 millimeter, basically no difference in thickness. This is a Series 1000, this is Series 2000, obviously. And they have a different module. So this is the 5713 and this is 5678. So very slightly different model. They both are solar. You can see the actual solar panels going on in the dial for both watches. And it's a joy to watch like this up close. Both are solar charged, so you don't have to worry about the battery. And they are charging, for example, as we speak, because they also pick up some artificial light. They have both a lot of things in common, and I'm just gonna quickly list them because they both are vibration resistant. So this is like a tough movement, right? So vibration resistance, there's like some ABC, altimeter, barometer, and compass in both of these guys. They both have the auto back light. So when you tilt your wrist like so, they're gonna light up if you want. It can be excluded. The new one, the B1000, has a Bluetooth function, so you can pair this guy with your phone and set up everything you would do on the watch from the phone and just transfer the settings to the phone. It syncs the height, the altitude, it can sync a location, it can do much more things because of the Bluetooth connectivity. Compared to this guy, which has no Bluetooth connectivity, even if the name 2000, so just like a higher model compared to the 1000, but this is the B1000. So Bluetooth enabled 1000 model and the no Bluetooth enabled 2000 model. They both have this carbon, forged carbon core guard that adds some wickedness and toughness to the overall watch, right? The difference on the bezel for the B1000 is that you're gonna have some DLC coating on the metal bezel, so it's gonna add more protection, it's gonna be more durable because of that DLC coating. They both are low temperature resistant, so don't worry about that. They are both mud resistant. This is called the Mudmaster, so you would expect some mud resistance, right? In fact, all the crowns, they can screw up and they can be very, very tight and resistant to the mud. They are both multi-band 6, and here you can see on the back of the casing, where is it? Right over here, you see multi-band 6. Which means, and also here, which means that these are radio-controlled watches. So they connect to the radio signal mostly at night because there's better reception, and they just retrieve the correct time for you as you sleep. They do the whole work for you. They have, the second hand that is obviously pretty cool to watch in movement. I love the analog setting of both watches, and they have, they're very, very similar. But one key difference that I love for the B1000 that is not present on the 2000 is the sunrise and sunset time. So you can actually just cycle here and see sunset and sunrise time for the day, and you can also check for a set day, a specific day, if you want to see when the sun is going to come up or go down. That's pretty cool. They both have a thermometer sensor, which is embedded here. So it's going to reflect the wrist, the watch temperature, not the, so the ambient temperature. But if you wear the watch, you're going to have a false reading of the ambient because it's going to measure your temperature. So keep that in mind. They both have tough movement because, and tough solar features. So these are the pinnacle of the G-Shock lineup, and don't worry about the ruggedness or the heavy dutiness of these guys. They can scratch your car, they can put a dent in your car if you bang onto the door, so be careful when you wear these bad boys on your wrist because they can make damage to things. So they are really, really that tough. Of course, they both have wartime. They both have a stopwatch, a timer, there's alarms. You have all the bells and whistles which are common in this. But for the wartime, this fella right over here can list 55 cities up against the 29 of the 2000. And this fella right over here has 38 time zones compared to the 29 time zones for the 2000. So these are the basic features, differences, and look, I mean, you can see it's a personal preference. I honestly love the 3 and 9 that are shown here, but here you give it away to actually two functional subdial. This is going to be for the compass, this is going to be for the altimeter to display the difference in altitude. And it's pretty cool to have this kind of setup rather than this one, because the subdial is just going to be there, this Christmas tree arrow, to select which mode you're in. So just to remind that you're like measuring the temperature, reminding you that you are recording some data, you are doing the stopwatch, the timer, alarm, word, time, and you have the reception mode. In the reception mode, just a little thing, it's where you connect to the atomic tower. And in this case, for example, in the B1000, because it's like enabled, Bluetooth enabled, and you can connect to a app on your phone, it's gonna add lots of bells and whistles. Like this guy can, for example, find your phone. This guy, for example, can find your parked car, and it's gonna be using, of course, the data coming from the phone for the location, but this little hand can point to the direction of your campsite, of your car parked. So it's gonna be pretty cool to have this thing on the watch rather than just like an indicator of the mode you're currently using, because you know you're currently using that mode, I'm assuming. Anyways, this guy has a little bit more of a high-tech feel. Look at the buttons here. I love these knurled and concentric ones, but these are pretty cool, more futuristic, I would say. It's a smaller diameter, as you can probably understand from this shot, which wears a little bit better on the wrist. Definitely. This is a little bit more busy because you have all the city names all around, whereas here you don't have anything. You just have the indexes, and you see, you just have the numbers, the degrees for the compass. Here you don't. On the 2000 you just get the city. It's very, very detailed, indeed. But in this case, I have to say that my preference will go with this bad boy because it's smaller. It's a little bit lighter, but I mean, whatever. It's mainly, you know, it's just more beautiful. It's more complete. It's connected to the watch. To the phone, sorry. I can add my hometown, for example, which is Bologna, and I can read it there, and it's nostalgic because I see, oh, that's Bologna, that's pretty cool. And whereas this guy has just the set cities there, and you cannot change them. So these are going to be set. This one has more configuration. This has the sunset and sunrise function, which I truly love, and I use it when I go out for photography. I want to know what time the sun is going to come up or come down, what time, how much time I have left, and this is going to be the preferred solution because of that information embedded right over here. That is phenomenal. They are both like really rugged. They have a different style. They are both Mudmaster, triple sensor, multi-band, 6 and tough solar watches. So really, really cool Mudmaster look. I always wanted something like this when I was a kid. This would have been like a dream of mine. And now that I'm older, let's say not that old, I mean kind of old, but I can definitely go out and rock and roll with one of these bad boys on my wrist because I don't care. It's bold. It's like, I don't know, it's too much. It's exaggerated. It's unnecessary, like especially for what I do, but the whole point is, who cares? You like this thing, there you go for it, run with it, like just get it. Have fun, enjoy it, because these are fun watches to wear and to use. They are bulky, they are menacing, they're massive, they're not elegant or like dress watches, but who cares? These are fun watches. These are for the mud, so not for the suit. No tuxedo and Mudmaster, just like a whatever you have, like, you know, outdoor gear, and this fella, you're ready for adventure, I'm telling you. You got all the bells and whistles in this thing, and your phone in your pocket to be a little bit considered better than this bad boy. It's different looks. This has, I would say, more elegant face than this one, especially for the colors. But this guy wins for functionality and I would say the size, because being a little bit smaller also helps a lot on the wrist. So there you have it. I don't know how to leave them. I'm gonna leave them like that, so looking at each other and they can have a little discussion. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.